Fresh footage of Fetty Wap from inside prison has surfaced, and things look rough.
Like I said, man, never fooled, never been. Head up like a nosebleed.
The rapper's fall from superstar to inmate happened fast, and prison life is clearly wearing him down. Honestly, it's not shocking. He's locked up at FCI Sandstone, a facility infamous for gang activity and constant tension. I've got every detail right here. Let's break it all down, the viral footage and what's really happening now. Before federal agents busted Fetty Wap at Rolling Loud, there were already glaring signs his career and personal life were spiraling. A troubling pattern of violence, legal run-ins, and chaotic behavior exposed a man torn between fame and the streets, a mix that ultimately led to his downfall. The first major red flag came on November 3, 2017, when Fetty Wap was arrested in Brooklyn, New York for drunk driving and drag racing. The details of that arrest showed extreme recklessness and a blatant disregard for public safety.
Fetty Wap got arrested for drunk driving. Cops saw him racing another driver. They said he was going over 100 miles per hour in a 50-mile-per-hour zone.
At around 1:20 a.m., Fetty Wap was behind the wheel of his girlfriend's 2012 Mercedes CLS AMG on the Gowanus Expressway near Hamilton Avenue in Red Hook, Brooklyn, when officers spotted him racing another car at speeds topping 100 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour zone. NYPD dashcam footage caught everything. When police stopped him, he handed over a suspended New Jersey license. A breath test showed a BAC of 0.09%, above New York's legal limit of 0.08%. During questioning, Fetty admitted he had left the New Jersey club and was headed to another spot in Brooklyn after taking 2 shots of Hennessy. He was hit with 15 total charges, including reckless endangerment, illegal speed contest, driving with a BAC over 0.08, aggravated unlicensed operation, unlicensed driving, unsafe lane change, tailgating, and excessive speeding.
Arrested for 15 charges, including reckless endangerment, drag racing, DUI, driving without a valid license, unsafe lane changing, aggravated unlicensed operation of a motor vehicle, following too close, and speed.
Luckily for Fetty Wap, by March 2018 he managed to strike a plea deal, pleading guilty to a misdemeanor count of reckless endangerment. The agreement required him to complete a state-approved impaired driving program, serve a 90-day license suspension, and pay a $500 fine. Most of the original charges were dropped, sparing him from jail time. But that DUI case was only the start of Fetty Wap's ongoing legal spiral. A growing list of accusations involving violence against women would shadow him for years, damaging both his public image and street credibility. In June 2019, the Lap opened an investigation into the rapper for felony battery after a woman named Lainey Langine claimed he assaulted her during a party at his Hollywood Hills home. According to her allegations, Fetty Wap, under the influence, became violent, threatening her, pressing his forehead against hers, choking her, shoving her into a window, saying he'd kill her, and punching her in the face.
Is being accused of manhandling a woman that he met at a video shoot. Apparently, they were going back to an Airbnb. They were having a party. It was several other women as well. They said at some point during that evening, the accuser went to the room with Fetty Wap, and things allegedly got a little violent. They said there was a witness who's one of the accuser's friends who was in the room, and they said she was upset. The woman was upset because of the other women that he'd invited back to the house.
The Lap pursued the case, but the charges were eventually dropped due to lack of evidence. The alleged victim initially declined to press charges and left for Louisiana, only to reconsider 3 months later. In April 2020, Langine filed a civil lawsuit accusing Fetty Wap of assault, battery, negligence, and emotional distress. But that case was dismissed in October 2021 after she failed to appear in court. The cycle of aggression didn't end there. Another confrontation in Las Vegas further proved Fetty's temper was spiraling out of control. In September 2019, he was arrested at the Mirage Hotel for allegedly punching a security guard 3 times in the face during an argument. He was charged with 3 counts of misdemeanor battery, though after video evidence surfaced, 2 counts were dropped, leaving just 1 charge. In January 2020, a judge agreed to dismiss Fetty Wap's remaining battery charge, on the condition that he stayed out of trouble. But one of the most unsettling moments came later in his career, showing his anger issues were still far from resolved. On July 2, 2022, during the Saturday in the Park Festival in Sioux City, Iowa, Fetty Wap got physical with a fan during a meet and greet after the fan accidentally splashed water on him amid the crowd's movement. In response, Fetty Wap slapped both the water bottle and the fan's head. The entire exchange was caught on video and quickly went viral, though no legal consequences followed. Aside from these violent outbursts, Fetty Wap was also tangled in several civil lawsuits that exposed the disorder in both his business operations and personal life. Back in 2017, he faced a property damage lawsuit over a rented mansion in Puerto Rico. The dispute arose from his July 2016 stay, which allegedly left behind holes in walls, damaged golf carts, missing linens, and evidence of drug use and inappropriate items, totaling $50,000 in damages. While his insurance covered $40,000, the landlord, Dr. Michael Jones, sued him for the remaining $10,000. Adding to his financial troubles, a former employee named Shauna Morgan, who had worked for Fetty Wap since 2014, won a $1.1 million defamation judgment against his label in March 2020. The lawsuit stemmed from 2017, when Fetty Wap falsely accused her of theft. But beyond civil disputes and personal drama, one of the most dangerous episodes in his life came from a deadly rivalry with Patterson rapper Raheem Fuzz Thomas. This feud ultimately erupted into a violent shooting, showing just how deeply Fetty Wap was still tied to the streets despite his fame. The beef started as a business disagreement. Fuzz's Muscle Team Entertainment helped promote Trap Queen, but felt betrayed when Fetty and his team didn't return the favor by pushing Franco Oyago's single Zoa Wap. Tensions escalated in January 2017 when Thomas and P. Dice, a former Remy boy suing Fetty Wap for $7 million over the track 679, dropped a diss track aimed directly at him. Then, on March 26, 2017, the conflict turned violent when a shooting broke out outside a 24-hour deli in Patterson, leaving 3 people injured.
They are reporting that there was a shooting early Sunday morning and Fetty Wap was somehow involved in a dispute that turned into a shoot.
During that Patterson shooting, Fetty Wap's signature gold 1738 chain was reportedly stolen, sparking additional armed robbery charges against Raheem Fuzz Thomas. Thomas was later seen flaunting the chain on Instagram, though he denied stealing it, claiming it was given to him. In 2019, he pled guilty to reduced charges and received a 5-year sentence for theft and weapons offenses, while another man, Sylvester Huffin, was handed 9 years for the shooting itself. Notably, Fetty Wap, through his attorney, declined to testify, insisting he wasn't the victim. That weakened the prosecution's case but didn't stop the convictions. The recurring cycle of violence, arrests, and dangerous street ties during this era painted a picture of a man caught between 2 worlds, fame and the block. Each confrontation raised the stakes, and the deeper he went, the more destructive it became, both for his career and his peace of mind. It's wild to think that the same artist who once ruled the charts started from such raw beginnings. In 2014, a young rapper from the streets of Patterson, New Jersey, completely flipped the rap game with a trap love anthem about loyalty and hustle. Trap Queen blasted him into superstardom, peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earning that rare diamond certification. Before long, Fetty Wap was making history, becoming the first male rapper since Eminem to have 3 singles in the top 20 at the same time. Born Willie Jr. Maxwell II, Fetty had been battling adversity since infancy. At just 6 months old, he lost his left eye to congenital glaucoma, a condition caused by fluid buildup behind the eye.
I come when I was little. Matter of fact, my mother is here actually.
Tell him about his eye right now.
How old was I when I lost my eye? This is the right answer.
6 months.
I was 6 months when I got glaucoma.
That physical difference made him a target growing up, sparking countless fights during his school days in Patterson. Kids constantly tested him, and he wasn't one to back down, once even hurling a desk at another student. At age 12, he underwent reconstructive surgery, but when he turned 18, Fetty made a defining move, ditching the prosthetic eye for good. "Forget the fake eye," he said. From that point on, he owned his look with confidence. But the struggle behind the image was real. Growing up, Fetty lived through poverty and hardship. After dropping out of school, he hit the streets to survive, trapping just to eat, sometimes sleeping without a bed or even a blanket.
Bro, sleeping in the car and I'm watching my baby sister lips turn purple while my father somewhere trying to make something happen.
Right.
When Trap Queen exploded, everything changed overnight. That track landed Fetty Wap a deal with 300 Entertainment, and by 2015, he was the hottest artist in the game. His debut album, Fetty Wap, shot straight to number 1 on the Billboard 200, and hits like 679, My Way, and again had the streets completely locked down. He was stacking accolades too, snagging a Billboard Music Award, an iHeartRadio Award for Top New Artist, and earning 2 Grammy nominations. But just as he hit his stride, tragedy struck. On September 26, 2015, while riding his motorcycle in Patterson, he tried to pass another car and crashed head-on, breaking his leg in 3 places. He was rushed to the hospital but stayed positive, even updating fans on Instagram, "I broke my leg in 3 places, but I'll be all right." Police later cited him for driving without a license, insurance, or registration, a reminder of how far he'd come from humble beginnings. Despite the setback,
So now we go like I was saying, like I know for a fact I was clearing 100,000 every day. Now the day I woke up and I only made like 40,000, I'm like, some shit ain't right.
with all that paper flowing, Fetty Wap started spending like royalty. He copped multiple cribs, built a garage full of foreigns, and decked out his whole crew in designer gear.
I had a lot of apartments. Like,
Why?
I don't fucking
Just for
know.
everybody or just for you?
I just really Like, I didn't like staying in hotels. Like, I don't like hotels. I don't like people just could knock on my door when they feel like it. You know what I'm saying?
Fetty rolled deep everywhere he went, sometimes with a 30-man entourage, all eating off his success. His monthly expenses reportedly hit around $150,000, and he'd casually drop stacks buying matching designer jeans and sneakers for...
Let's say we go to the mall, right?
Yeah.
At this time, I love robbing jeans, right?
Yeah,
He's talking about $500 a pair of jeans.
Tell me they gave you some type of...
Of course, we still cool to this day, bro. That's my guy.
Took care of you.
You'll see people like this.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So if you buy yourself, you gonna look like just a greedy, selfish.
Exactly. So then the type of I'm like, all right, everybody grab a pair. And then my worst shopping experiences was Barney's when the Balmain came out.
Yeah.
We're talking about $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 pair of jeans, bro.
And when it came to shows, the bag was enormous.
Like, what?
The most I saw in my account,
Yeah, just
22.
Like 22,
M's.
like 22 million.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I spent a lot too. I ain't gonna lie.
I saved a lot of money, bro.
22 million.
I saved a lot of
How much is the most you ever got for one show?
For one show?
Yeah.
Like $375.
God damn it. In the United States, no way. Had to be like some Dubai.
No, United States.
For real?
Dubai was more.
But behind all the fame and flexing, his personal life was pure chaos. Fetty fathered 6 kids with 5 different women. Aiden, 2011, with Ariel Reese, Zavira, 2015, with Leslie Ziona, Curry, 2016, with Masika Kalisha, Amani, 2016, with Elena Parker, Lauren, 2017, with Turquoise Miami, and ZY, 2018, with Leslie Ziona again. His relationships with the mothers ranged from peaceful to toxic. Some praised him as a solid dad, while others accused him of being absent. His love life made constant headlines, especially when he married model Leandra K. Gonzalez in September 2019. But that union ended fast, with the two divorcing less than a year later and no kids involved. Adding fuel to the drama, a sex tape with his ex, Alexis Sky, leaked online in January 2017, sparking another media frenzy. Despite the chaos, Fetty often said in interviews that being a real father wasn't about money, it was about showing up and being there for his kids.
Bro, love, man. Love and time, bro. Money don't mean nothing. And trust me on that, bro. You don't want to ever be looked at as the person with money. You want to be looked at as dad. You give your kid, it's time, bro. Word up.
Nah, that's real. That's
So,
because
if I had to give you any advice, bro, when they come, you spend as much time as you possibly could, because you can never, ever, ever get that back.
In 2020, heartbreak struck when Fetty Wap's brother, Horn Devone, was shot and killed in October. The loss hit Fetty deeply, and he opened up to fans on Instagram, mourning his brother with raw emotion. But the most devastating moment of his life came less than a year later. In June 2021, Fetty's 4-year-old daughter, Lauren Maxwell, passed away. The cause was later revealed as a fatal cardiac arrhythmia due to complications from a congenital heart defect she'd had since birth. Fetty was in Miami when Lauren's mother, Turquoise Miami, called him on FaceTime with the news, a moment he described as the worst thing that could have ever happened. Despite being shattered inside, Fetty still took the Rolling Loud Miami stage soon after, dedicating his entire performance to Lauren and posting heartfelt tributes across social media.
Out of everything I've been through in my life, that was the worst possible feeling I could ever have, because they always say you're not supposed to question God, right? But 4 years old, no health problems. What the
like why?
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So many questions.
Turquoise Miami also honored their daughter, describing Lauren as an amazing, beautiful, funny, vibrant, loving, talented, smart, and stubborn little princess mermaid Aquarius. Her passing broke Fetty, but in time, he began to draw strength from her memory, using her
I thought she's the one that got me out of it, bro. You look at these pictures and she's always smiling, just like her dad.
Right.
No matter what she go through, she's smiling, just like her dad.
Fans on Reddit rallied around him during this painful chapter. One wrote, "It's got to be super hard to lose a child and then have to perform for thousands of people trying to make them happy." Another said, "Didn't his brother die last year? Stay strong, Fetty." Losing his daughter hit different. It came when his once skyrocketing career was already falling apart. The Trap Queen wave had crashed, and Fetty was facing loss after loss, personally and professionally. Yet behind bars, he began to find peace through reflection and music. For someone who once bragged about making $100,000 a day, life at FCI Sandstone couldn't be more different. Concrete walls, strict routines, and limited outside contact. But even in confinement, Fetty Wap has shown resilience, staying grounded, working on himself, and gaining a deeper perspective on what truly matters. From his cell, he's managed to keep a small link to fans through social media updates and the occasional music release. His time inside has clearly shifted his priorities, especially when it comes to family. Fetty often speaks about fatherhood now with a newfound sense of humility and gratitude.
now I grew into my daughter's favorite artist. I know my daughter's favorite artist. I know what she loves to do. She's a visco girl, bro. She loves to wear like the big clothes.
He proudly shares stories of real moments with his kids, times that remind him what life is truly about.
For the ladies, when it was time for her to be Tom, you catch my drip, I was the first person to know, bro.
Right.
It wasn't her mom. She called me first in school.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting on the phone with my daughter. We both crying. I'm like, she's crying because she's a little embarrassed. I'm crying because my girl is now my baby girl.
Fetty now opens up about the difference between simply being a provider and actually being a present, engaged father. He's learned that fatherhood isn't measured by money or
Get around anybody that got a kid and be dad.
Be they dad.
You know what I'm saying? I could play daddy all day. But when it's yours, it's my dad. Like, not your dad.
They proud to say it's my dad.
Exactly, my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm somebody's father.